I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down. This is art and this is comedy.
Big Boy's Neighborhood. Ladies and gentlemen, he is back. No introduction needed. Marlon Wayans back in the neighborhood. Welcome back, Marlon.
Thank you. I would like an introduction, though.
Right, man.
That's just too familiar.
Really, though.
I can't get no dap. I can't get, hey, Keenan and Damon, little brother, just something.
Hey, bro, do you still say Keenan and you'll always be the brother, but that's not part of your introduction anymore. Like no one would bring you out on stage and say, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know him
People
from...
over 60 would.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. You know him from In Living Color.
All the older black women be like, he Keenan and Damon, little brother.
And that's going...
Damon the cute one.
And that's going to always be, bro.
And I want it to be, man. I always... It's not a... People will go, it's a gift or a curse. It's not a curse at all. It's always been a gift.
Yeah, man.
I've been fortunate, and I tell my brother this all the time. I've been fortunate to be the young Prince of Kings.
Yeah.
And, my journey is, handwritten by God. And I couldn't have had a better life, a better protected life, a better educated. My parents was dope. And my brothers and my sisters, they just guided me and loved me. It's a blessing to be their youngest, because now I represent for the oldest of the next generation.
Right.
So I got to be that example for them. So that's what I have. I have my son and my brother's kids, and they all be at my house and they're studying film, and so I'm gonna shepherd them the way Keenan shepherded me.
Hey man, and this crazy because at one point it was Keenan doing his thing. Yeah. Keenan's everywhere. Then Keenan always showed that family love. So then if we go from Keenan, of course, Damon is a beast. So you got Keenan and Damon. Yeah. And then when you fast forward a little bit to In Living Color, that's when we get the introductions to, to Shawn and you and Kim. And then from there, it's Wayans Brothers. Like it's just crazy.
Keenan had a vision.
Yeah, man.
Keenan is a visionary.
Yeah.
And, since we was kids, he was like, do Jedi mind tricks with us. Like, he would go out to a club, and it was the 80s. And I remember he didn't have no drawers on. They used to bang a lot in the 80s. They meet and you meet. Yeah. And they meet and beat. And so he had no drawers on. He would just wear tight jeans and some Shams, Shams the Baron jacket.
The porno wear.
Yeah, because you didn't know what, you always, in the 80s, you always heard porn music. Bam, 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 bam. Hi, do you have any sugar I could borrow? Sure, I got some sugar, honey. And so he had a waterbed. And we used to,
oh, my God.
Yeah, we used to hear him splish splashing in that. We thought there was a tidal wave in his room or something. So when we were kids, he'd fly us out to California, me, Damien, Craig, and my nephews, and Shawn. And he would have us come and spend the summer with him. And when we were there, he'd go, I'm going to a club. I'll be back. And he said, here, I want you to watch this movie. And he'd give us like Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah, man.
And he'd make us sit there, and he had a big screen television when it was a box with the projector. And we'd sit there, he'd give us some snacks, and he'd make us watch Kentucky Fried Movie.
How old are you around that time?
10.
Okay.
Kentucky Fried Movie and like Blazing Saddles or something like that. And we'd sit there and we watch, and he goes, and we tell, I want to know what's funny. So he come back, he have a pretty girl with him, and she go in the room with the waterbed. You can hear her sit there on the bed. And as he's getting ready to go bang, he's like, so tell me what y'all thought was funny.
If he asked you something about Kentucky Fried Movie, what was funny?
Oh, man, it was so long ago.
Do you remember the poisonous fish?
I don't remember. I remember Jimmy Walker was in a sketch. and we found that funny.
Hey man, do you remember
forgot.
when they were making love by the instructional tape?
Yeah,
And it was like, and if you're so inclined, say, I want you now. And she's like, I want you now. I want you now. I want you now. Recuerdos a todos. Recuerdos a
You love that
todos.
movie.
I
haven't seen
I found it like
in 35 years.
That just show you how much I watched it.
That's crazy.
And that's
See,
crazy
now, Airplane,
oh yeah.
I know like that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
man, is that the I speak jive?
Yes. When there's the brothers doing they're speaking
Man, he
that
flew
jive
that
on the
like
plane,
a mother
and
rolling trip.
then when they was playing the guitar and they kept snatching the girl's IV out,
But-
that was brilliant. But my brother would come and he would ask us these questions and he'd go, okay, so how do you make it funnier? And so we go to tell him, he goes, no, think about it. I'm going to go in there with that squally dip. Y'all tell me in the morning at breakfast. And then in breakfast, the girl would leave, and he'd cook us breakfast, and we'd have another session about what we thought was funny and how to make it funnier. So he was grooming us without us even knowing as kids.
Hey, and that's crazy because that's the grooming, tuition into the school of experience. That's like when Daniel got mad at Mr. Miyagi for waxing the car.
Yeah.
Not knowing that wax on, wax off.
What you want me to watch Kentucky Fried Movie? It's written by white people, Keenan.
Yeah, but it's crazy how now when you look at it like, genius.
Everything he did though, he would take us to see plays like Disney on and on Broadway. Like he cultured us in a way that allowed us to dream as kids. We dream like this, and there's no ceiling, there's no cap. And I think that and Damon's just pure artistic brilliance. Watching him go on stage, we was 9 and 10 years old at the Comedy Store, and we'd watch Damon go do some of the most brilliant stand-up, just playing. He would just play. We watched him create Handyman right there on the fly, like, oh, hold on. I hear somebody's in trouble. And he twisted his hands up like this. And me and Shawn never seen somebody do that in comedy where they actually, because Damon was born with a handicap.
Yeah.
So his came from a place, it wasn't he was punching down, he was uplifting himself in the community by what if there was a handicapped superhero. I never seen somebody take something that could be looked at as negative, something that hurt them in their life, and find a way to make it something that you celebrate and make it absolutely hilarious at the same time.
Hey, man, I remember that one stand-up where he was talking, I think it was either a stand-up
The handicap bully.
It was
all right, don't make me get up.
Yeah,
the
man.
handicap bully. Talk about how he
was
got,
that on Robert Townsend's
Robert
special?
Townsend, yes.
Yeah, man.
Robert Townsend's Partners in
When
Crime.
he was tearing dude up, and dude was like, oh, okay, well, what about those crippled people shoes
What about
you be
the
wearing?
Yeah, well, how about this, Seymour? How about that's why your mama? And he told him the truth. Damon was brilliant.
Hey, yeah.
So watching him, we learned through osmosis what it takes to be great. Like, because my brothers, both of them, and then when they got together and they formed, like, when Damon and Keenan put their minds together in Living Color, you can't stop that. You can't stop that dunk. You got Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and you don't know who's who.
Yeah.
You can't stop that dunk. They were both, and then you add Kim, who went to Wesleyan University for writing. Two things made me a writer. One, I was 10 years old, and my brother Keenan sent me the script to Ima Get You Sucka. And me and Shawn sat there with Craig on our side and in our pissy mattress that we slept on in the projects with no bed frame, no sheet, and we read Ima Get You Sucka, and we laughed out loud.
So you got it in print. You understood it in print.
And we was laughing, and after we finished, me and Shawn was wiping tears, and we was like, yo, this was, and we looked at the cover, and it said, written by Keenan Ivory Wayans. And I was like, yo, my brother wrote those words. And that was the first day that I was like, I want to be a writer. The second time I said I want to be a writer was I read my sister Kim's college thesis, which was one of the, just a bunch of short stories. God. And they were brilliant short stories. And I was like, yo, they were so funny. And so, like, she should make it a play. It was that funny. And that was the other thing that made me go, I want to be a writer. And from that, I've written, I don't know, maybe 12, 15, 17 movies. I don't know. And, but I've been groomed. Robert Townsend. Yeah. I grew up in Hollywood, like, as a young Jedi. Robert Townsend, I grew up on Robert Townsend's sets. When you talk about Partners in Crime.
Yeah, man.
Robert Towns was the first person to bring me and my brothers on stage. Me, Shawn, and Craig and Damon was out here when we was 10 or 11 years old that summer. And Robert, it was actually wintertime because it was winter break. And Robert was performing at the Improv, and he was working on his uncle, his grandpa character. So he had me, Shawn, Craig, who was like, I don't know, 8, and my nephew Damien, who was 2, and he used to do this Michael Jackson at the Improv on stage and just was improvising, doing a sketch with us. And that was the first time I was on stage. And then from there, we went to the set of Partners in Crime, and that was the next summer. I was in Partners in Crime, and if you watch Partners in Crime, I have a couple of sketches that me and Shawn are in. There's this one that we wrote with Damon, Easy Listening Hip Hop. And it was me, Shawn, Damon. We was on like Oprah, this kid, Danny Greer, we grew up with, and we was making like, it sounds like,
right, I remember that.
The bees make honey. We give away our money.
How old were you then?
I was 12.
Hey, man, let me tell you what's crazy about that. That was the first sketch I was
a part of writing.
Is I remember getting free tickets to go to UCLA to Wadsworth Theater.
Wow.
To watch Partners in Crime be filmed. That was the first time I saw your brothers like really do stand up.
Yes.
That was the first time I think I saw Robin Harris do stand up. It was like
mind blowing.
Yeah, man.
But you talk about visionaries, right?
Yeah.
I'm in a couple of sketches in that. And then like I grew up in this community of greatness. Like Robert, sometimes he'll come to the crib. We still hang out. Robert's like a big brother. I love Robert Townsend. Shout out to Robert Townsend. Shout out to my brothers Keenan and Damon, Kim, Wayans Brothers. But I just want to say that to allow his little brothers to come on the set. Me and Shawn, we was bad, but we was funny. And to be able to write like little sketches or be in sketches and I met John Witherspooon there. John Witherspooon played a drunk in a cowboy sketch they did on the back lot of Universal. And he was like, they're coming. And he was drinking, making believe he was drunk. And I met John Witherspooon there, and me and Shawn was like, he's so funny. One day when we do our TV show, John Witherspoon, he's going to play our father. This is how crazy we were at 12 and 13 years old. Like, when we get our TV show.
Too, though, because he did I'm Gonna Get You Sucka too. That was Whole Cakes, right?
Whole Cakes, no. That was I'm Gonna Get You. That was Hollywood Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Hoes Gotta Eat Too.
Hoes Gotta Eat Too. Then when he lost his mind, Hoes
Gotta Eat. Hello, he answering his phone, his shoe. Brilliant.
Oh my God, man.
I have a blessed journey. I'm supposed to be right where I'm at. And like some people go, like, it's hard. I always say I haven't had a hot moment, right? Because I've been here so long,
right?
That people just like, that's just Marlon. But one day they look back and they're gonna go, wow, we watched this man develop right in front of our eyes. And then when like superstardom is like one crack through away for me, because I'm so gifted now because of my experience and my knowledge. Now it's just that next level. I got my next special coming out, Good Grief. I got another one I'm working on right now. Like I'm in a zone.
Hey man, when you say Good Grief, Marlon, explain what that means and why you did this stand-up called Good Grief.
Good Grief is about, I lost 57 people I loved in a time span of 3 years, including my parents. And it was a devastating journey for me, and it's how I got through the journey, because with laughter, that there is good grief. You have to find the blessing in all that is bad in your life. There's always a blessing. When there is darkness, you are there to find some light. And that's all you need, a little bit of light. And for me, laughter got me through, and I hope it gets a lot of people through. You know, people losing people left and right nowadays. And I just tell people, stay positive, find the funny, and keep on celebrating life. When people go, you have to fill, my parents left, and now I fill those divots, huge divots they left in my life. I fill them with more family. My brothers and my sisters always at my house hanging out. We have barbecues. We celebrate people's birthdays. We having big Christmases. We gonna celebrate the way my parents taught us how. And now that they're gone, we honor them with that. And so good grief is not about, the sad. It's about what's the funny about the passing. And it's crazy. It's funny. It's like, no, he didn't. Why? And then you sit there and you have a beat in there where you cry.
Yeah.
Because you realize that there's somebody on stage that's hurting.
Hey, man, I was going to ask that question too, man. When we see Good Grief, and if it's total running time, let's just say it's an hour, right? How emotional is it building that? Because we can go on and we could, Trump and the economy, and some things are low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But to write something like Good Grief, and you're talking about close people, your mom, your father, the closest to you.
Yeah.
What do you have to go through to prepare that? Do you have to step away from it sometimes?
I felt like, well, it's funny. I had to be in it. My nephew Craig, who comes on the road with me, and he's a really funny writer and a producer, and he's a producer on Good Grief, and he would have to leave the room because Craig was like their other son. Because my sister had Craig when she was like 16, and my mama had just lost a child at the time.
Wow.
My little sister April Melody, she was like a stillborn. So when Deidre brought Craig home, my mama took Craig. She's like, this mine.
Right. And so
Craig was the baby. And so I was the baby. I was mad at that little Negro for taking my spot. But when Craig watched me do Good Grief, sometimes he'd have to leave the room.
Right.
He would on the road with me. He would have to leave the room because he knew what I was dealing with. It was therapeutic for me. And the night of that I did the special, I went to the dressing room and I had a nice boo-hoo because it was my goodbye to my parents. Because me talking about them felt like they were still with me and then now it's like I put it to rest in a good way. And it's funny. I know my parents are going to be like, I know that Negro didn't say that about me.
Hey, man, but you know what's crazy?
My daddy's going to be like, that Negro is crazy.
I can understand it too, man, because when my mom passed, I had radio. I had a mic. I had good people around me, and I almost felt
I thought
bad.
you meant you had the movie radio. I was
really?
No.
Oh, no.
Cuba Gooding got you through.
Nah. I had my career.
Right.
And I felt a certain way because my brothers and sisters didn't have this outlet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My mom died on a Wednesday. I was back to work on a Friday, not because of lost love or I just needed this.
Right.
The city was here for me. The listeners were here for me.
Yep.
And I also got to a point where I was like, damn, my brothers and sisters don't have this.
Right.
So I totally understood where you're coming from when you say, you got right back, but
I didn't
needed
stop working. I kept working because that was my version of crying. I don't cry like in everyday life. I'm not a crier like that. It's crazy because most of the time I don't cry in therapy, and I do it 2 times a week. Shout out Black people doing therapy.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my therapist, Dr. Rodney Collins. Holla at him. And Delana. Sometimes I have too.
Right.
And
not you.
Because I don't cry in those sessions. It's very rare. I have to be in a very toxic place to cry during a therapy session. But when I'm on stage, the vulnerability that I have to the audience with thousands of people watching me, to be able to sit there and I let it spill out, that's when I'm most vulnerable. I cry the most on stage. I have to stop myself from crying. And it's crazy, but it's because my set, it's great stand-up is layers to an onion. The first layer you peel, you're just learning how to tell a joke. That don't make you cry. When you get to that middle part,
right,
and the stuff that makes you cry, and you finding laughter in that, now you getting good. And now that's why I say I'm getting nice at this, because I'm coming from a different angle. I'm coming from pain, and I'm finding light. I'm coming from truth, and God is writing my story through the journey of. It's like I always say, I had a show I was creating called A Book of Marlon. And I say my life is kind of biblical. Everybody's journey is biblical because we all go through all kinds of tragedies. And in the Bible, you find great lessons for us that's reading it. When those people go through bad things, you find great lessons. That's the jewels for us. And they find their jewel. But by going through the most terrible things. But in my life, when I go through the most terrible things, I always find the funny. So that's my jewel, is what's funny about what I went through, and that's for the audience to laugh at.
And that's
and
the
learn
test,
from.
and that's the test and testimony.
Absolutely.
The test and the testimony.
Damn,
man.
you in church.
There it is, right there, brother.
I gotta drop one of my.
Yeah,
you gotta drop a therapy and get to God.
If you leave that here, we sell it too. Every time somebody leaves something, we put that up on a smooth eBay kind of
Big
site.
boy, we selling stuff here. Marlon got a sweat rag.
Hey man, I gotta ask you this, man. Rumor has it that the Roc Nation brunch is not happening this year. I heard just yesterday that it was canceled. Now, the year that I felt we were going to be in there.
Now, I ain't laughing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't laughing.
Yeah.
But I will say there's a comma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah.
And
so we going to do the eye brunch?
Hey, man.
Let's do it.
I think this is the year that we were talking about the I brunch, man.
That's why he didn't want to do
because he
the
saw
Roc
it.
Nation brunch.
They saw
the competition.
When we sat and we talked about never being invited.
Crazy. Oh.
And now this is probably our year, man.
Now,
2024.
Let's do it. No, seriously, let's do it.
Yeah.
And
more in 2024.
We're going to invite everybody.
Yeah, man.
We're going to invite Beyonce.
Yeah.
She got to come.
Yeah, she got to be there.
Even though she more than a height. She don't work with our specifics of what,
right, what a height is.
Yeah.
And when we say height, it's going to be loosely height.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Loosely height.
Maybe, you know what? We can't have her there.
Yeah.
She going to make out, she's trying to take our shine.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
You know what, Marlon, I ain't gonna lie to
we
you,
gonna
man.
have
I don't mind
Michelle.
Beyonce taking her shine. You know that's wrong, but go ahead.
Why?
Right. I don't know.
We gonna have Destiny, the one that left.
The other child.
Yeah, the other child.
Right.
The bastard child. That's the one that we gonna have at the brunch. You feel me?
Man.
And we ain't gonna invite we ain't gonna invite Kelly
what,
Rowland,
Marlon?
Michelle.
I don't
we
wanna-
damn sure invite Beyonce with
I don't
her
want to
beautiful
brainstorm.
self.
I don't want to brainstorm live.
Yeah.
But maybe we need to abandon the I
No.
because we want to be elite too.
But we ain't. You just
That's
all
true.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't been invited.
You know what I'm saying? The Roc Nation brunch, if we just all right. If it was if we was them dudes,
Right,
then
we'd
we
be
would
in there.
be see, for example, the version of us that's gonna be at the Roc Nation lunch, if they were going on, but
Right.
it's not because it's canceled because God loves me. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you haven't seen it, make sure you guys check it out.
You hearing me? Now, see, right now, see, they heat seekers. Right now, they would have Shannon Sharpe and Katt Williams at the Roc Nation brunch.
Right.
Nah, we
man.
at the brunch.
We are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at all that negativity over there, man.
Yeah, the okay, I got
brunch.
you.
Let's own it.
Yeah, man. So we'll be the
Aight,
bunch.
right.
Presents the brunch.
Yeah.
Huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying?
I think we have something
You
here.
see what I'm saying?
We have something
You looking
here, man.
great too.
Thank you, brother.
Man,
Hey, man, I was
looking like a sexy milk dud out here. Go on,
bro. I was trying to get it
Why
together.
are you looking better as you get older?
I don't know.
Pause.
Yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah, man.
and
Mace, I'm sorry about that, bro. Believe it, I want to be invited to no parties or nothing crazy either. You know what I'm saying? You brought up Shannon Sharpe.
Dan and
Katt
Thought.
Williams.
I can't even talk about Katt Williams because I'm too busy looking at Dan and Thought. The way he was faking it. Oh, you can't talk about my friend. You can't do. Oh, come on, Katt. You
man.
said what? You said you gonna talk about my.
Hold on, shit. So
Yeah.
you don't think that so said that is not funny to you? Just know it's not a rhetorical question.
Who taller, you or Tevin Hart?
Oh
I
man.
love Shay Shay. This update thing. I love that man.
Man, 50 million views later, bro.
Gosh.
I'm just.
Did you know
I just
that
wanna
that was-
start talking about people?
They
Let's
started
go.
2024 off. Did you know any of that was coming, or were you just as surprised as us?
I had no idea.
Yeah. So it wasn't no.
I don't think they had an idea. I had somewhat of an idea when I looked and I saw the brown liquor on the table. I said,
Oh, this is it.
And then I looked at Katt, and Katt, Katt only like 4'11". You know what I mean? One shot of that dark liquor, he gonna he gonna be in a good space.
Hey man, Shannon Sharpe said
one
he
shot
came
is
in.
a bottle
He came,
for him.
He came in ready, and I love when he was like, "Oh man, we can't give you no more to drink." And he was like, "I had one less than you." So like, I'm not talking like
we
this.
can't give you nothing to drink, but here, smoke this crack.
Yeah, no, you stop that. Hey man, did you?
Nobody had any idea. And here's the thing: when it comes to Katt, we all in stand-up. I look at everybody as a fraternity. I don't care what other people's point of view of this art is. My thing is, we're a fraternity. We're a brotherhood. I'm not going to foster negativity. I'm not going to promote negativity. If I feel a way about somebody, I'm going to talk to that person. I'm not going to air my dirty laundry out like that. I feel this is a gentleman's game, and I would like to keep it as such. Now, I can't tell my other brother in comedy how to conduct himself.
Right.
I still got nothing but love for Katt. Katt be popping off. He stay. Katt gonna be Katt. You gotta know Katt like the crazy nigga, crazy cousin at the barbecue. You know what I mean? That's just Willie.
Right.
You know
yeah,
Willie.
that's just Katt.
Then Katt being Katt, and you can't get mad at it because Katt's also a brilliant dude.
Yeah, man.
He had a bunch of specials. He's done some great business. He knows how to sell tickets. He knows how to do that.
Let me tell you what.
Everybody run into, hey, there's a fire. I just want to, for me, I'm going to sell my tickets. I'll sell less. I'm just going to sell them my way.
But let me tell
I gotta
you,
honor
man.
Me.
I went on to Katt Williams' Instagram, right? He hasn't posted since May of 2023.
Well, he just dropped 3,000 posts in one day.
Oh, he did? And for that,
he's
equivalent
Kanye,
to.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy about that? He never put up a watch me with Shannon Sharpe.
Because the work of it speaks for itself, and everybody wants to, when there's something like that happening, everybody wants to run to that.
Yeah, man.
And that's fine. And like I said, he's a funny dude. I known Katt since we, like back in the day. You know what I mean? Like we did a movie together, Behind the Smile, with my brother Damon. That he never put it out, but I remember Katt doing stand up back then. And he was funny. And then Damon put him on My Wife and Kids. Like my family.
God. Pow pow.
Right.
That's Chinese.
That's why people don't just be saying nonsense, because my family's love, right? So it's not about. We don't play all these Katt games and breaking people down. I've worked with everybody. Mark Curry used to go on the road with my brother Damon and destroy. Damon took Mark on the road. Like we know everybody. So when I talk about my brothers in comedy, Steve Harvey, Mark Curry, I know them both. I love them both. I ain't gonna be like, Steve Harvey stole my mustache.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like in comedy, I just want to be loved. Mark Curry's like a big brother to me. I love Harvey's like a uncle, and DL's like a brother. You know what I mean? Like all these guys. Kevin's like my friend. Like Chappelle's. I ain't got nothing to say about nobody, and if I do, I'm gonna call them up and I'm gonna tell them what I think. I'm not gonna air it out on the airwaves because everybody want to see a SHT show, and I don't want to give them that. Don't give them that. Let's not pollute comedy. I don't want people starting to. We already had a slap. I don't want guns in comedy. I don't want. Let your work speak for itself. You want to be the funniest? I don't need to go head to head with you. We're already going head to head. I go head to head with myself every night. I'm trying to be my greatest me. You be your greatest you. I want to celebrate you as you celebrate me. And the funniest, that's for the audience to figure out. I'm not going to tear nobody down to build somebody up. And people got to get back into, the positivity of building people up. You don't see any other race of people tearing people down the way black people do.
Right.
We are our own worst enemies, and we have to stop that. I'm never going to support.
But you know what, Marlon? We're looking at 50 million probably now, I'm pretty sure, in counting, right? And, of course, all the clips from Katt Williams were Katt goes at Steve, Katt goes at Said. And those things, man.
He's not wrong for venting what he's venting because that's that man's experience.
Right.
So I can't strip him of that.
And that's what I can't sit and I know everybody too. So I didn't trip off of it. But I tripped off of how that was the things that went up. Now, I literally haven't watched anything that long ever, but the negativity is what got it to 50 million.
10 Commandments,
But
baby.
when you watch it, people didn't bring up, oh, he paid for Melba Moore's star.
Right.
They didn't bring up, oh, you know, he's a father, foster father to 7 kids.
Right.
You know, when comedians are on stage, he'll send one of his ladies up to give them $1,000 to a comedian.
He paid for his own specials, that he found his own way. Those are the things that the audience needs to extract. We keep extracting what is negative.
Man.
How do we live in a positive way when all we do is digest what is negative about the life? People aren't methylating their life experience the right way. I'm here to get the best nutrients out of life and out of the experience. And I mean, and that's what we need to celebrate more. I'm tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? Mm-hmm. When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar. Mm-hmm. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down. This is art and this is comedy. You think I'm going to tear down Flip Wilson? You think I'm going to tear down Tyler Perry? I'm not going to tear down any of these brothers. It's comedy, and we should embrace our comedy, all of it. We shouldn't have one type of humor. We should embrace all of our humor. Every shade of black that is black and is beautiful. Minorities need to stick together and come together and really celebrate us. We have been taught to drag each other down. It's toxic. It is so toxic. I'm just not going to be a part of that. I'm going to celebrate. Mm-hmm. And even with, like I said, Katt Brilliant, he a funny dude, man. He says crazy stuff about me, but I don't take it negative. One time he said, Marlon Wayans ain't a real comedian. I said, okay. And this is about 10 years ago. And I said, there's truth to that. There's truth to that. Because I remember when I was doing Behind the Smile with Katt, and I wasn't doing stand-up comedy all the time, but I did it for the movie because as an actor, I always dive in, right? And he was like, hey, you should do it, man. You're funny, this and that. And he was like, I got material. You want me to? I said, no. If I do it, I write my own stuff. I appreciate you. He's like, I got hours of material. No, thank you. But if I do it, I'm an actor. I'm going to do this. So when he was talking about me not doing stand-up, and I'm an actor, a comedic actor, I'm not a stand-up comedian, I took that as, okay, you're right. And then I went on the journey of doing specials. I went on the journey of going on the road. I am on the journey of becoming a comedian. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I'm a much better comedian than I was when he said that. But I didn't look at it as negative. I looked at it as, okay, I got work to do. So it's always a challenge. And now I'm working my way toward my greatest me. And then I will be a comedian. And because of that, it was inspiring for me. I extracted that thing and said, okay, I'm going to use this for positive, not for negative. And I ain't going to fight you. No, man, this is nothing but love. My family got nothing but love for everybody in this industry, and we wish everybody nothing but love. That's where my brothers taught me to play.
Hey, man, between paraphrasing Chris Rock coming at you early on in your career, funny-wise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Katt Williams, I wouldn't even do comedy.
No, but see, those are chin checks.
Right.
You want the chin checks. How bad do you want it? Right? When people tell you certain things, it's motivation, right? It's never devastation. It's always motivation. Thank you for that. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I need those chin checks. You could get comfortable. I'm the young prince of kings.
Right.
So I have to do all this work, and I got to show up in ways that, beyond what I was taught. I can't just follow the blueprint.
Right.
I can't just follow the footprints. I have to make my own. And then I got to bring those footprints together. Right? Because then collectively as Wayans, we done did the damn thing. And I see the trail that I'm blazing, and I'm finally able to blaze it because I'm doing the work. And and I will say, people or brothers like Chris Rock and Katt and Kevin and watching all these guys, Chappelle, do it on a high level is inspiring to me. And so as I continue to walk down my path, God only shows you what you can,
right.
It's your own vision of yourself. So when you're in these experiences and you see through their eyes, you see I'm on stage. When they're on stage, I'm on stage. Like, oh, this is how I would play that. Oh, that's how I would move this way and that way. I'm envisioning myself. It's not even about.
Can you still enjoy it?
Yes.
And I'm not talking about just when you're on stage. Can you still enjoy
comedy?
Yeah. Because sometimes I tell my wife I'm too close to her. I enjoy it.
If it makes me laugh, it makes me laugh.
Sometimes I could be too close to something where I'm like, oh, that camera continuity wasn't right.
Nah, if it's funny.
The sweat. Even if I'm watching film, she was like, baby, stop. I'm like, baby, look, his collar was up on this shot.
Yeah, you annoying. I won't watch. Ain't no Netflix and chill with you. It's chill and Netflix.
Hey, man, have you had a joke stolen from you or something that was close?
Absolutely, but I don't care. What I care about a joke?
Right.
I'll give you the joke. It makes me a better
writer.
writer.
Would you give them the joke?
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I write stuff that you can't steal because I write my experience. And if you can steal that, man, it's crazy being the youngest of 9 successful brothers and sisters. I'm the only Negro with that story. Right? I just come with my truth. You can't steal my truth. You can steal some things, but you want your stuff to be so authentic they can't steal your life experience. And like when I'm in a comedy club, sometimes when my boy's about to do a special or whatever, I'll sit outside and tell me when. And I sit outside and I write tags and go, hey, try this joke. What about this? What about that? And I become a writer. I'm a writer. I don't just write stand-up. I write movies. I write TV. I'm a writer, bro, first and foremost. That's how I'm able to do special every year. I don't have writers. I write my own special. My 4 specials and this 5th one that I'm working on, I write them all. These are mine. So I write them on a stage too. People come to watch me write, create. I'm having fun. It's a blank canvas. And I just create it on a stage. I don't never write it out with pen and paper like Jay-Z when he get in the booth.
Right. Just your Rain Man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, with comedy, they say that a lot of comedy sometimes could come from the darkest places. Or people want a comedian to be funny all the time. Have you ever been somewhere, Marlon, and you're quiet and people ask, are you okay?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you okay?
But I'm sinking into moments. I feel like, yeah, I'm way funnier now than I was. Way funnier. Because when I first started comedy, I was happy. My parents was alive.
Right.
I was protected.
Right.
I didn't have that much pain in my life. But as life gets dark, and you get in your 50s and you start losing people and you start feeling pain and you go through bad breakups, oh my God, God is writing you the best material. I'm so much funnier now because I'm so much more damaged. And when you get damaged, to get found and go through that experience, but be able to take the damage and put it on a stage and then do the therapy and grow in life so it don't just stick with you, I'm in probably the best place in my life right now.
So you're in therapy, and comedy, is that therapeutic for you?
Yeah, that's why I don't work.
Right.
I get paid to do what I love. This ain't a job. The job is getting on a plane. But I do what I love. Y'all are watching me have fun. Everything I do, this is making make-believe believable. I'm having fun.
Hey, man, I remember, and when you say that you'll sit down and you'll punch up other people's stuff, or you're just like, it feel like you're writing some of the stuff, or, oh, try it this way. I remember after I did my comedy show in Vegas, remember, even I think we talked like probably once we got home. So if that was a Saturday night, probably Monday we were on the phone. Oh, thank you, such and such. And you was like, can I talk to you about something? And remember, I was like, yeah. And you said, man, I love this. But then just like how somebody else will sit and take notes, this should have been switched around. And it was all love.
Right.
This should have been switched around. The young boy should have came. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
that's that visionary.
Love, right? And I don't sit there and go try and tear you down or say, I did this. No, I talk to you. And I tell you, hey, big boy, my brother, here's how you can improve the whole entire experience. I love what you did. Start with positivity and then go.
This is what
Right. That's love, man. Right? I'm always open to notes. I'm always open to, ideas. I just like to, but I like to create my stuff myself.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the Dave Chappelle, The Dreamer stand up? Have you seen that?
I saw it live.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got to see the edit.
He was working out.
I love Dave. Dave is
man.
Dave is one of the best dudes, man. You know what? Dave taught me, like, through just watching him. He's so generous with the stage, right? Mm-hmm. I've opened for Chappelle or shared the stage with Chappelle probably now 6 times. Marlon, come on, man. We getting down, man. We down at the at the stand, man. We getting down. And I'll go on and he just shares the stage. Chris Rock went on. Jon Stewart. You got all these great dudes going on before you doing great sets. And then he goes on and he does his hour. And he's unmoved by anybody.
Right.
He goes on stage and he sweeps the floor clean, and then he does his Dave Chappelle show. And that's security. Mm-hmm. And I've learned that with me. Like, I don't care who goes on first. I don't care who go on last. I don't care where you put me. I'm just going to do me.
Hey, man, with life and life being such the reality and finding either the funny, then there's some things that's just, serious. Like, everything doesn't have to be for the stage, or maybe everything could be for the stage, right? Yeah. And I lead into your transgendered son. Am I saying that correct?
Trans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how would I say it? Marlon Wayans.
You got to call that nigga, and they're going to tell you. Right. I'm still figuring it out myself.
Yeah, and see, right there, bro, you're still figuring it out yourself.
Yeah.
Where is Marlon Wayans when you say I'm still figuring out that myself? Like
on a stage. Mm-hmm. On a stage, figuring it out, and I got it. Because, I think I've gotten to the right place. But what's beautiful about what I'm creating right now is a pamphlet, manuscript, a blueprint on how to get there.
Right. And is that a pamphlet, a blueprint for us as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's funny. It's going to be a really funny read. And a really funny, but it's beautiful. It's got, everything I'm doing right now, it speaks to more than just jokes. Mm-hmm. When you're looking for jokes, you're desperate. And you start punching down and you start, nobody's feelings mean anything. When you have to do it with kids' gloves and you have to find something that you leave behind to make people in the audience spiritually grow, it has to be a little bit of church, some foolery. Some after class, some, spitballs in the classroom, but it got to be some church. You got to leave people with something. They got to feel something in order to inspire change from a show. A comedy, a laugh is going to change your mood. Mm-hmm. You want to change somebody's life, you give them something a little bit deeper. Give them something to think about. Give them something to spiritually grow with. And I think that's why I think my stand-up, I'm doing something different. This is what I do. I don't care about what anybody else does. I've found my own lane. I found my own way of telling my jokes. I found my own rhythm. I found my own diagram, my own blueprint. It took me a while to create my own, what sets me apart from everybody else. I did something different. I took one topic and I did a Rubik's Cube with God Loves Me. My brother Damon was like, Damon hates everything I do. He said, ugly? That was brilliant. I said, why? He said, because I never seen it done. And that was brilliant. Keenan hates everything I do. Damn. Well, they just challenged me because I'm right. Brother. They want me to be great.
Right.
And Keenan said, Damon said your special was brilliant. And then I watched it. And he's right. It was brilliant. And because I never seen it done. I never seen somebody take one topic and do an hour about it, and I never got bored. And I was like, I found my lane.
Even when we were talking about Roc Nation brunch possibly being canceled, and you said, "Oh yeah, karma," because God loves me. You know what I'm saying? Like that is something. Like when Fluffy did Dodger Stadium, and he said, "Just look at me and just say I was there." Yes. That's all you got to say. I know it.
Yes.
There's so many times, dude, where I'll just do something. And literally in my head, or I say out loud, I'll say, "Oh, God loves me." You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had something now that was good, and literally from your special, I would say, "Oh, God loves me." You know, and not that you want to see somebody else fall down, but you know, you're like, "Oh, God loves me." You know?
No, but sometimes you do. But you don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, not out loud. You know,
what does that do though when your older brothers are telling you that, like inside emotionally?
I think at this point in my life, it feels great because I'm not a kid anymore. These years are very important to me. Right? I'm right now I'm a late bloomer. I'm just about to enter my prime. I'm Denzel 50, right? So my 50 is like 35.
Gotcha.
When I shave this beard off, I'm 30. Like, I look 30. It took me a long time to mature into the leading man that I'm trying to become. And it took me to understand the journey of stand-up, the journey of a producer, the journey of a writer, to get to this place that I am as an artist. But at the same time, I'm also a brother. I'm also a father. I'm also the next of kin to take the legacy to the next level. So that for me is confidence. It's the blessing. It's my forefathers that taught me the game, saying, "Son, you ready?" And in order for me to lead, I need Obi-Wan and Yoda to believe that Luke Skywalker could do this. Yeah. And so that just gave me a sense of just poise. Like, I got this, you know. And my brother Keenan recently said to me, he said, "You know, I used to think you was crazy." Because me and Keenan used to always fight, not in a bad way, but I was like, "Keenan, we should do this and we should do that, and I think I want to do a special every year." And he was like, "You're crazy. You can't do that." And I was like, "You can't." I was like, "I can. I do what I want to do." And I know to him I sound crazy, but he sees me now doing everything that I told him I wanted to do. And with the energy that I have every morning to get up and go on a hike and work out 2 times a day, and like I'm preparing for this movie GOAT, and I'm getting into crazy shape and still going on the road, still developing my play, 5 movies, developing 5 TV shows, and still doing what I do. And Keenan used to say, "I used to think you was crazy. Now I think you're brilliant." That's everything for me, man. That's, as a little boy, that all I ever wanted to do was make my family proud. First, my mother and my father, and then my big brothers and my sisters that poured into me. And then to make them proud. And now to make my nephews and nieces proud.
Gotcha.
Right? Because when I step away from this and I'm gone, the legacy that they gave me, the traditions of hard work and what they've allowed me to do, that I leave this behind for the next generation or the next generations. That's why that's everything for me.
Yeah, because I noticed too, Marlon, man. I'm like, this dude does not slow down.
No, because they don't know yet. They choose 1 or 2 people. And I'm like, whenever they choose the people to be in that spot, I'm happy those people are there. It's giving me more time to prepare. Right? Because when I get there, it's legendary. It doesn't stop.
Do you think there are gatekeepers, not by the definition that we see, you know, but do you feel like there are clubs and circles and things like that?
I feel like there could be. If you allow yourself to sit at that gate and wait for an opportunity for them to open it,
Gotcha.
Then there are gatekeepers. Or you go around and you see this wall and you kick a hole in that wall and you create your own opening in your own way, and then there are no gatekeepers. Now you've created, or you go across the street and you put up a wall and you put up a gate. And then you buy your land and your property and you do your creativity. Now, I don't care about what's behind your gate.
Right.
Because what I built behind my gate is what's important. So for me, there's never been gatekeepers. I've never stood at their gate waiting. Hollywood is a bank. It's a great bank. But there's other money. If Hollywood don't want to make money, Wayans have done nothing but made Hollywood hundreds of billions of dollars, right? Everything we've done, it's been a hit. Like, literally, we're 1,000% on our money. We're a great bet. You think we stopped? No. There's more to come. But those people that choose, whether you're hot or not, to go, I'm going to bet on this. If they want to bet, great. If not, there's other people. There's other money that you can get and create your stuff, you know? And nowadays, you have to really build your industry. You don't wait. Tyler Perry didn't wait on Hollywood to make them.
Right.
He went and did his plays. And then Hollywood was like, hey, I want some of that money.
Who is this guy?
And then they made a lot of money
Did you
together.
feel that way a lot, too, where you probably weren't getting cast or doing the things that you wanted to do? So you say, you know what? I'll create it. I'll create it. I'll write
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My brother taught me to create out of necessity. Don't wait on Hollywood. You have to create. You have to be a undeniable force of nature in order to make it in this industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to, and then you have to learn to kick a hole in a wall and make a door. He taught us, don't wait on Hollywood. I'm not waiting for 1,000 different castings. I'm going to let my work speak for itself.
Gotcha.
And now they go, that's the guy for the part, because he can do everything. I've seen him in Requiem. I've seen him in Don't Be a Menace. I've seen him in Sextuplets. He played 7 characters. I've seen his stand-up. I seen his interview. This guy don't miss, right? Then I don't have no record. I don't get in trouble. I don't do dumb stuff. I've never done dumb stuff because I protect what I am selling, which is, as an artist, as a businessman, I protect my brand.
Right.
My family has protected their brand.
Man.
We don't do dumb stuff. We just don't get down like that. My parents didn't raise us like that. We was raised with spirit. We was raised with God. We was raised with love, and so we give that back. And so when Hollywood is ready and they go, hey, you're the guy, oh, they're going to make a lot of money because I know where I'm going in terms of being an international star. And if they don't get it, then I'm going to still continue to create my industry and do what I do. My last 2 specials, I did out of my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not waiting on them. They're, the streamers, and they was like, oh, man, if there's a runway of people that's before you, so we're going to have to do your special in 2025. No, I'm ready now. I'm going to film my special because I think I'm ready now. So I filmed God Loves Me, and then HBO Max was like, yo, we love that. We'd love to have that on our platform. My last one is my new one's going to a different place. And I was just about to do it at the Apollo. Good grief. I was about to do it. And then I can't say who it is yet, but, a big company stepped in and was like, no. Here, we want to be partners in this with you.
Right.
And so they stepped up and we did it together.
And plus knowing...
I filmed it out of my pocket and they,
So you saw the money early. You already was spending it because you was doing your formula. But then
I already
you saw
spent
something where it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they invested early.
And then it's like, what can you
bring?
bring? You know what I'm saying? That I'm not doing myself. So it's got to be something beautiful.
Well, they got the airwaves, man,
right.
and the partnerships, and they got and plus they know me. I'm a promoter. I'll go to 25 cities. I'll go to 25 countries if I need to sell my product. I'm about that life. I'm an old school Hollywood dude. Yo, put me on a plane. Let's go. Sun up to sundown. Let's go. And these are my like I said, these are my best years.
Yeah.
I feel like God has me ready and ripe right where I need to be.
You work like it's brand new.
Because it is.
Right. Okay, that's true.
I'm working in a hurry. It is brand new in terms of the feeling. I'm not tired of it yet because I haven't peaked. Mm-hmm. I'm nowhere close to peaking. I love this. And I'm only going to get better.
Is there frustration with that?
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Because when it's frustrating, I take that energy, I bring it over here, and I take frustration and turn it into creativity. So everything's energy. Why am I going to waste my energy in this negative place of frustration? That's feeding cancer in my body. Instead of going, they're not seeing me the way I want to see me. I see me the way I see me. I'm going to take that. I'm going to write this movie. I'm going to do this movie. I'm going to do this, do that. Me and my brother Shawn created our own careers. Hollywood didn't make us. We made us. We created Scary Movie. We created Don't Be a Menace. We created White Chicks. We created Little Man. Me and my brothers,
Was Wayans Brothers the sitcom, y'all?
Wayans Brothers, we created at 19 and 20 years old. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, dude, what clip? It was a clip from Wayans Brothers, man. And I'm trying to get it in my head right now. When they were saying, sitting at the booth, And I remember Shawn couldn't control his laughter.
He always was like that.
Bro, but it was like, she said a word, you was like, you said, such and such died?
Oh, Chivalry.
Chivalry, she said, yeah,
Chivalry's
Chivalry is dead. Yeah.
No, not little Chivalry from 119th Street.
Hey,
Why?
And you can literally see Shawn turn like, oh my God.
Do you think Chivalry is dead?
Little Chivalry is dead.
Man, over and over, bro. You know now, do you know that that's running on social media?
Really?
I'm watching it on YouTube on
That's
short.
why.
You know what's crazy? TikTok owed me some money.
Bro.
They owe us some money because they all white chicks, scary movie, Wayans Brothers, wife, like it all of our stuff is
Copyright.
That's
that.
what I was going to
Amen.
ask you. Have you seen the video of the dad making the two sons hug each other and
Yeah.
sing the Wayans Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My brothers are happy, every single, every color. Give me a high five.
Because they got in
Yeah.
a fight?
You know
like
what's
that
funny?
is awesome, dude.
That is awesome. And that it's funny that my mom, when me and Shawn used to fight, she used to threaten us and go, all right, y'all keep fighting. I'm going to make you kiss in the mouth. And that's
Oh,
what
man.
she would make us do. If we was fighting too much, we had to kiss in the mouth. And so watching the mother, the
dad?
father that made their kids do that makes me laugh. Yeah, we're happy, we're singing, we're coloring.
Look up one.
My brother Shawn, I love him, right? Working with him was one of my greatest joys because I used to try to break him.
Oh, yeah.
I used to try because I knew if he was laughing, Shawn don't like to laugh like that. I knew if I could break
If
the
I
guy
got him-
in the scene, that the audience is gonna laugh.
If I got him, I
Yes.
got them.
And if watch Wayans Brothers episodes, he'll go. Watch White Chicks, okay? You want to see something funny? Watch White Chicks.
Oh, my God,
When
man.
we was playing the two bodega guys, and I got up and I said, "Jesus, bucket!"
Yes.
Watch Shawn. He had a cigar in his mouth, and he bit down because he was about to laugh.
Oh, my God.
We used to call Shawn Harvey Korman.
Oh, hey,
Have you
man.
ever seen old Carol Burnett, Tim Conway, and Harvey Korman?
Yes.
Tim Conway used to always do stuff to make
Try to get him. And he would lose it.
Yes, that was me and Shawn.
Man,
Yeah.
how's Shawn doing now?
He good. He on the road.
My question, too, man, how's Keenan?
He good.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we good.
Yeah, I see Damon.
Yeah, Keenan, Keenan.
Yeah.
He's good and to himself. You must have looked at his Instagram and seen his photos.
Nah.
He be posting, he don't know how to use his gram. I'm like, look, man, it's not a good angle.
Oh.
You don't see your ashy in this one. But
Hey,
he's
man,
good.
it's a new device.
He's good.
It's a newer device. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But Lee, that Valentine's is here, bro. Do you do any of that Valentine's Day? Are you, if your mama asking, are you in a relationship, Martin?
No.
Oh. So do you have multiple Valentines or you just gonna work?
I play Jehovah's Witness on Valentine's Day.
Ah.
I'm a Valentine's Grinch. I'm like, come on, man. All these hearts, that stuff is stupid.
Be a
I just
pagan-
convinced the girl.
pagan days.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on, pagan holiday.
Right, what is
it
it?
really a Cupid? You ever seen a Negro in his drawers shooting arrows at people? Come on, you making Hallmark money. Man, white man got y'all all twisted.
And then we start to think like, yeah, maybe so. Hey man, it seems like as soon as they pull the Christmas trees out,
You know what it is?
everything gets red.
My Valentines are my kids.
Right.
So I made them my Valentines, and before my kids, my mother. And so, mother's Valentine's, I'm gonna go to visit my mom's grave on my dad, and I'm gonna leave her some chocolates and some flowers, and then I'm gonna go buy my kids some candy and celebrate them. But I feel like it's okay to love, but I don't think you need Valentine's Day to have love. I love every day. If you're in my
Thank
life
you.
and I love you, I love you. I shouldn't have to use that day to prove that I love you. Or I can do that one day.
And nothing else?
Right.
Oh.
But when you're a provider, a man that pays bills and doesn't show love, you driving in my love every day.
Right.
You feel me? You are living in my love every day. You are eating my love every day. Like when you're in my life and I love you like that, then I don't need to prove my love on February 14th. That says the cheap man.
That says what? The
I'll
cheap man?
gladly buy you a Chanel bag if I ain't got to pay for everything all year long. Fine.
Right.
I'm getting off easy.
You got that. Maybe even a Birkin.
Let's calm down.
Yeah.
Don't even
Yeah,
say
that
that.
is true.
You're saying B words at
I'm
me.
sorry, man.
What's wrong with you? I feel like this. I feel like even if I had Birkin bag money, I don't know if I'm doing that.
Man.
I'm the wrong person for some of these ladies because I'd rather send you to college.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'd rather buy you a building.
How much is a Birkin bag?
Oh,
Are
they give you like
20?
30, 50.
I'd rather give you a down payment on a condo.
Yeah.
I'd rather do something that is going to improve your life. I'd rather help you with a business idea and be a small partner in your business. I'd rather do that.
Got a Birkin bag and we ain't got nothing to carry in it.
What you going exactly? Exactly.
I get you a purse from Target, put $1,500 in that.
Now that's a good bag. You feel me? If they were thinking right, give me a paper bag and put $1 million in it. I'm good. I don't want $1 million bag. Give me a paper bag and put $1 million in it.
Marlon Wayans in the neighborhood, man. Like
Big boy, we ain't gonna get no views. This was too positive.
Yeah.
You're gonna be Marlon Wayans interview. One follower, one new follower.
16 views.
But come on down to the bunch. Let's do this.
Hey, man, so Morongo Casino Saturday.
Yes.
This Saturday is going down Morongo Casino.
January 20th.
Yes, man. If you need more information, www.morongocasinoresort.com. And I'm pretty sure everything is right there on your page as well. On IG at Marlon Wayans. Also, Brea Improv.
Yeah, man,
that's a great spot over there. Brea Improv. That's Thursday, January 25th through Saturday, January 27th. And that's Brea, California at Brea Improv. You can find that at improv.com/Brea. And also, Netflix is a joke fest, man, which is beautiful. And that's going to be in LA as well.
Yes, sir.
The theater at Ace Hotel. That's Wednesday, May 8th. And always check in with Marlon on social media.
And this is a brand new set. If y'all have seen me in the last year, this is a completely brand new hour. So come on out. I feel like it's my best hour. So come on out. Come see me. So
hey man, was it God Loves Me? Was that the one that I had to bring you back like 2 or 3 days later?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it and I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
Then I saw it and I was like, Marlon, I didn't do you right, bro. Like
you a real one.
I was like, you got to come back in, bro. And literally, you were doing shows, and I remember you had to drive out from like probably Morongo or something.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And you came and we sat and did the show probably 2 days later.
Yeah.
And man, like I say, bro, and you came out to Vegas and did my show. You're such a powerhouse.
Love, man.
And you continue to not only for yourself, man, but even just sitting here with you today. There's so much motivation in what you're saying.
Thank you, brother.
Especially when it comes to like negativity and how to switch that over and, you know, and taking care of yourself. And I see that.
And I see it in you.
Man, I'm
looking
willing.
at your health. And,
Thank
you know,
brother.
we always have these talks when I come on here, and you look better now than you did when I met you. You're looking
Thank
good,
you.
which means you're taking care of yourself.
Yes,
you're
sir.
taking care of your spirit. Mostly, you're still educating yourself on health, and we show up.
Yeah,
you say,
man.
"Hey, Marlon, I need you to do." All right, bet.
Hell yeah.
People talk it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm a doer.
And
when you show up, there's nothing nobody could ever say because I show up.
Hey, man, and I remember when you did my Vegas show, you was like, oh, man, and then your agency was like, such and such. And they were like, for Marlon Wayans? That's what you're offering? You're crazy. And then remember you got on the phone, you're like, Big, don't worry about it.
I showed up.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man.
That's awesome.
$1,500. Not for him. He gave me $1,500. I was like, man, please just pay me. No, but you was like, man, don't, just put the date on the calendar.
Yeah.
Don't talk to them. I got you.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And you came through, bro, and you did that, and you gave me notes.
And I hear the new experience is even better.
Yeah, to improve. Because you know why? I took the notes. Brea Improv Thursday, January 25th through Saturday the 27th. Brea Improv, www.improv.com/Brea, and Netflix is a joke. Wednesday, May 8th at the theater, the theater at Ace Hotel in Los Angeles, California. So make sure you guys go ahead and check our dude out, Marlon.
Shout out to the listeners and the fans. You know, without y'all, we wouldn't be us. So thank you.
I heard that, man.
Love.
You heard that Shivery's dead.
No, not no Shivery from 125th Street.
Hey, man. Marlon Wayans in the neighborhood, Big Boy neighborhood.